welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's get right into your twin flame reading. Please be advised that I will never approach you for a reading. If you were to book a reading with me, please do message me either through Instagram or you can email me. So please be advised that I will never approach you first for a reading. So let's get right into your reading. Let's see what the energies are surrounding your twin flame connection. What are the energies surrounding your twin flame connection? What's going on? We have Ace of Cups. We have the Temperance card. And we have the Ten of Swords. Okay. So I want to say that you've been both transitioning from old emotions that you were triggered by in the past. So in your connection, maybe after things fell apart, you were both being triggered by old wounds, past wounds. This is representing wounds from the past. And somehow they've been coming back and re-triggering you. So it's like these emotions are so familiar because they were from a long time ago, pain that you thought you healed from, pain that you thought, okay, I already experienced that. Why do I have to go through it again? What I'm seeing here is that it's like you're leveling up. So you're going through the cycle again where you're experiencing these feelings of being triggered. So whether that's triggering resentment, anger, frustration, disappointment, rejection, abandonment, these feelings are coming up and you're being triggered again through situations or from your twin flame connection. And so I want to say, like, you have a choice because of the Ace of Cups. You have this, you're leveling up. You have a chance to make a different choice. You have the choice to recognize that you're being triggered, know that it's a pattern, and just to rise above it. So in the trigger, it can feel very painful. It can feel very real. But what I'm getting is that it's a lesson that we're meant to go through. Because if we repeat old behaviors, old thought patterns, old reactions of how we used to react to these wounds, these triggers of our old wounds, we have to go through that whole, like, we have to repeat the lesson. So this is a chance for you to rise above that trigger, and it can be very difficult. It can be very challenging because it feels so real. You're like, no, my twin flame is doing this and therefore I'm feeling this. Yes. But we can choose to say, oh, I experienced this before and I just want to feel better. I want to get the lesson. And so therefore I recognize that it's a pattern. And that it's a pattern within me that I can let go of. Because we're not meant to just live in this energy of being triggered by old wounds and from the past. Sure, we can feel them, but we don't have to take it on like, oh, this is how it is. It's just a lesson to see what we learned. And what you're learning is that I don't need to be in this anymore. I can rise above it. So the question is, can you still love one another despite letting go of old patterns? The answer is, of course, yes. You can still love one another and not choose to be in this pain. What we're meant to do is, if we're being triggered by something, we must forgive. We must forgive not for them, but so that we are in a better space to just feel at peace, to feel in harmony. So if you're being triggered into these old emotions, you have a choice, and that's where you get your power back. That's where the new beginning is happening. And you're meant to fill yourself with love. And filling yourself with love means, I want to feel better. I don't need to wake up feeling like this. And if you do, which sometimes that does happen, you can do whatever it takes to get back into harmony. What do you need to do for you? What do you need to do to pour love into your own cup so that you're taking care of your own needs? Because it's not our twin flame's job to make us happy or make us feel good. That's our job. So when these triggers happen, it's really about, well, what are you going to do for yourself? What do you need that you can give to yourself? And so this beautiful new beginning is really about letting go of the wounds, doing whatever we need to do to get out of that vibration. And there are many, many things that we can look up and research online. We can Google how to shift your vibration, how to change your vibration. I myself use EFT, which is emotional freedom technique. So when I'm being triggered, I will just use the emotional freedom technique to free myself of this vibration, these emotions that are coming up. And the reason why they're coming up is because the planet is in need of this balance. And how does our planet get back into balance? Through each and every one of us individually. That's how we heal the planet, is we begin by healing ourselves first. And oftentimes we neglect the emotional parts of ourselves that need healing. So whether you experienced an emotional wound from your childhood, from a past life, from yesterday, from 2 months ago, it is almost our responsibility to take care of that. We're also focused on taking care of the physical body, getting fit, feeling healthy, feeling our best. Our society is so consumed by how we appear, our appearances, and how we look. But what about how we look emotionally? And that's what this Ace of Cups and the Temperance card is. And that's what the world needs. The world needs for us to go within and not be so just fixated on one aspect of ourselves. Because not only are we physical beings, but we are spiritual, we are emotional, and we have our mental realm, which we also need to take care of. So I'm going to bring this back. On your journey, you're always going to be triggered, because it's almost like we are programmed to feel triggered by outside stimulus, by our environment. We're programmed to react. We're built that way, because if we didn't react, we'd be like robots. But we are human and we experience emotions. That's one of our greatest gifts, that as humans, we get to experience emotion. We also get to experience physical pleasure. So these are really parts of ourselves that we really have to nurture and take care of. So on your journey, it's about, how do I get back to harmony? This is where you're at. You may be going through this. You may be going through a dark night of the soul, which is what it sounds like your soul is in a dark place. But you can get out of that, because the universe is always supporting your growth. And when you get through your dark night of the soul, like, that's what our goal is. Our goal is always to feel better, especially when it comes to love. And a lot of the times we think that love from another person, be it a partner or a twin flame or a soulmate or a karmic, we think we're going to feel better. We are conditioned in society to believe that we have to get married, we have to have a girlfriend, we have to have a boyfriend in order to be happy. They all add to your happiness, but you are the creator of your own happiness, and you can create that from within because you are the source of your own happiness. But we're not taught that. We're conditioned the opposite. We're conditioned to chase after happiness. So chasing after love never serves us, never ends up working out. I know, because I spent most of my life chasing after love because I didn't know how to feel love myself. I didn't know how to give it to myself. I didn't know how to pour love into my own cup. That didn't make sense to me. I'm like, someone else is supposed to love me. I don't need to love me. And the universe is like, it's not how it works. And I'm like, oh, darn it. I spent all of my life doing that. So this is really positive because it's a new cycle. You're leveling up. So for those of you who are at this stage, not to worry. You'll see the light at the end of the tunnel. Ask for help. Ask the universe for help. Your angels, your spirit guides are on standby 24/7, just waiting for you to ask. And then things show up on your path. Things show up on your social media. It's like that's the only way we were able to to get any kind of news. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so it's good where you're at, despite what you're feeling. You could be going through a really bad storm. You could be just waking up from a dark night of the soul, starting to feel better, starting to feel physically good again. And you got this. You got this because the universe wants you to be happy. The universe really does. The universe, the energy is love. It supports our well-being. It's what keeps us alive. It's what keeps our bodies functioning even while we're asleep, even when we don't have to think about it. That's love. That's the love of the universe keeping us alive. So our power is, we have the ability to create in our minds scenarios that we want to experience. And over time, focusing on that creates it in the outer world. So it's not going to happen if you just think of union, a couple of days, and then the next day you're like, well, I guess I don't want it because nothing's happening. It has to be consistent. And over time, everything that you've thought of consistently is now in your life. So the home that you're sitting in watching this was an idea that you had, that you kept going. You didn't give up. You didn't give up on your home right now. You didn't give up on the job or career or business that you wanted. You kept going. So it's the same with your twin flame union. It's the same with your happily ever after, because we can have happily ever after if we choose it, if we want it, and if we create it. So don't let anyone tell you otherwise, because happily ever after is meant for all of us. So where are you at? Let's see where you're at. Let's see how you're doing on the twin flame journey. How are you doing on the twin flame journey? Okay. We have the world, cosmos. It's a pretty card. We have the lovers. And we have the Hierophant. Oh my God, these are 3 major arcana. Did this happen last week where we we also had 3 major arcana, indicating like there's major stuff happening with regards to your connection. It may not feel like it. It may not look like it. But maybe you're just not being open to it. Maybe you're so caught up in these emotions that you can't see that the Lover's card is bringing you both closer and closer. So I'm seeing here that you're taking time to really figure yourself out. You're reflecting, you're contemplating, you're healing, you're doing inner work, you're focusing on things for you. You are figuring out how to self-love by focusing on what matters. And what matters is you. So see how you're like in contemplation. But what I'm also seeing here is that this is you and this is the universe like communicating with you, connecting with you, helping you see the bigger picture of what's going on, helping you see the bigger picture of your connection. Because the World card is a card of fulfillment, of achievement, of getting to the end of the hero's journey. You are the hero of your journey. You have everything that it takes to get to the end and feel this fulfillment. Because once you get here, you're like, oh, so I have what I want. What else can I do? Do I start another adventure, this time with my twin flame? These are all indications that even if you don't believe it, even if you don't see it, that twin flame union is happening for you. You are already in union. You are just choosing to not see it. You're choosing to not feel it. You're choosing to see separation, and that separation, that pain, is hurting you. It's hurting both of you. So you're opening to these new energies. You're receiving guidance from the universe. And it could be all the posts and memes that you see on social media saying, hello, remember that you deserve this. Remember that you are the creator of your life. And you are meant to be in physical union because you're already in union with your twin flame. Just always remember union. Feel it from the inside. Feel it from the inside out and not from the other way around. And that's how it manifests. When you are solid in the knowing that I'm in union no matter what this looks like, no matter what's happening, we're in union. Nothing can change that. That's what you're going to manifest. And I'm so excited for you. 3 major arcana. This is like really leveling up. So you can feel these emotions, and mind you, both of you are going through this, but the sooner you let it go, the sooner you let go of that pattern and that way of thinking, you're going to feel that love that you've wanting for so long. You're going to see it in the world because you're going to know that it comes from within you, because that's what you choose. You choose to see love, you choose to be love, you choose to receive love, and you choose to give love. So this fulfillment means that you're there. You may have given up, like in your mind, and you may have been needing to detach emotionally, all because you're leveling up. The twin flame journey is a spiritual journey. And sometimes you need a break because it's so intense. You're confronted daily because you're so connected to your twin flame that it's hard to distract yourself away from it. But lucky for those of you that can be really distracted. But you haven't given up. Like, you're there. The Hierophant, like, this is the marriage of two souls. This is so very powerful. And these are reminders for you to remember that it's a soul marriage. So nothing in the 3D can trump that. Nothing. This is a soul connection, a soul bond. So choosing fulfillment is already knowing that union is going to happen once we get out of our way. Sometimes it takes a long time. So frustrating, I know. But I'm loving where you're at, because even again, if it doesn't feel like it, the energies are supporting you. So let's be open. Let's be open to possibility. Let's be open to, what if it does work out? What if everything that's happening, even though it doesn't seem like it's helping, but is helping so that everything works out for me and my twin flame? Be open to that. Be open to that way of thinking, because we have to be aligned in every sense. So physically, mentally, we have to be in the right mind space. Emotionally, we have to be in alignment. We have to be in harmony. We have to be in a peaceful vibration. And then spiritually, because again, we are spiritual beings. So once you're in alignment, like the universe is saying, what you want is right there. Yay. I love these cards. Why can't we always have these cards? I just want to leave them here. Never put them away. Ever. Where's your twin flame at? On the journey. We're just curious. We're just curious where our twin flame is at. What's going on their end? Can we please gain insight into where your twin flame is at on the journey? What's going on with them? We have the Three of Cups. I love this card too. We have the Knight of Wands. And we have the Two of Swords. They've made a choice. They've had to make a choice, because the universe is at them. Their situation is like, hello, you can't stay in a situation that is not helping you progress forward. So your twin flame has been confronted with having to make a choice. So it may not be directly in choosing you, although I will say, whatever they've had to make a choice about is for their journey home to you. It's always about oneness. So even if, okay, so this is the path they're on, and they have a choice to go here or they have a choice to go here. They most times don't even want to make the choice, but the universe is saying, no, you have to make the choice. So they've made the choice. So whether it is a choice that is closer to you, that's good. But even if they made a choice that veers off, like way off and far away from you, it's still the same destination. And why? Is because they need to learn their lesson. They need to clear their karma. If they're in a situation, it's because they need to learn. And I don't like saying like they have to pay their karmic debt, because I just don't want to like speak that. But what sometimes when we're in a position that we feel stuck in, it's because we have to learn how to get out of it. Sometimes we just have to ask. So they've made a choice. So even in your reality, it seems like, oh, well, they still didn't choose me, but the choice they made, they needed to do in order to come back, in order to come back home, and in order to return to source. So not to worry, even if their choice seems like, I don't get what they're doing. Let's not be so harsh. We all have free will, and we all have our own lessons to learn. They've made a choice because they have to. For love of themselves. This is a lesson on them loving themselves. But it's all good, because this was the hard part for, I feel like, you to hear. Because if in your reality it seems like they're not choosing you, the choice that they made, they had to, and in the end will lead them back home. Because look at these cards, 3 of Cups. This is a celebration of love. They're making a decision for love. They're choosing love. So even if it's choices that you don't understand or doesn't make sense, it's for their highest good, so that they can return to their happiness, to their self-love. And look at this, like, I really see this is like freedom. This is having passion again, feeling alive again. Because maybe they weren't. Maybe they were choosing the opposite of passion. For whatever reason that they chose. It's like, well, you made your bed, you have to sleep in it. So they were experiencing choices that they made. Maybe they weren't in a good space when they chose that. But now they're wanting this celebration of love. You're the happily ever after. So they're having more clarity, because the universe is saying, okay, you gotta make a choice, man. Like, you can't just stay in limbo. Because a lot of the times it just feels easier to not make a choice. I had coffee today, so it's like my words are coming out faster than I could say them. But they want to live this passion, and you are their passion. You are their love. And the fact that the Hierophant and the 3 of Cups came out, like, I always see these cards as a wedding. So for those of you, wanting to be like married to your twin flame or have a wedding, like, the universe is giving us these cards because it's a yes. It's a yes. So what do we have to do? We have to believe it. Because whatever we believe, that's what's going to happen. So focus on what you want and believe that you are worthy and that you deserve it and that it's happening for you. Because your mind is so powerful. Going back to this, we're creating this because it was like ingrained in us so long ago. But each time we come to the end of the cycle, we have a choice and we can let it go. So there's so much goodness here for both of you. I want to say, and what I'm hearing is that your twin flame is on schedule. And you're like, what? It's been taking forever. We have to be patient. We must be patient. Okay. Loving this reading. What are their love messages to you? What are their love messages to you? Oh my goodness. What are their love messages to you? Love messages from your twin flame. Love messages from your twin flame. What do they want you to know? Okay, we got lots there. I forgive you. Yeah, so they're experiencing like resentment. And this could even go back from past lives where you didn't choose them. Because we remember our past lives. They stay, the memories are in our cells. So it's like they're forgiving you from the pain. So they're forgiving you. I feel lost without you. I feel guilty. So they're feeling guilty for not being able to be there. They're feeling guilty for how things turned out. They're feeling guilty for not loving you in the way that you deserve to be loved. I'm depleted and in pain, so they feel this pain without you. They feel this pain. And then this one says, I feel so much negativity towards you. So they're still working on this forgiveness part, which is often what keeps twin flames apart. So because twin flames are mirrors, if you're feeling negativity towards your twin flame, they're mirroring that back and they feel that. So it's triggering their past wounds. So we must release this resentment because it's just going back and forth and it's triggering each of you. And you're like, well, that's on them. Yeah, but we have to look within and see where there is resentment within ourselves. Because twin flame union cannot thrive on any of these lower, heavier energies unless you are able to work it through on your own and then work it through together. Then you can stay in union. But any resentment, anger, blaming does not support union. So these are reasons why you're still in separation, because you haven't cleared all of that. You haven't cleared those emotions. So that's where this card is really coming up, because as I mentioned, you're both going through this dark night of the soul. They're having these soul memories of what happened to you both, and they could be blaming you as well. Because twin flames trigger our wounds from the past, from childhood, from past lives. So they're still going through this. And it kind of forced them to make a choice in their life that they needed to make. But it's all good. So, I mean, they're miserable without you, but they're also going through their own wounds and stuff. But it's all good, because when both of you are clear, when both of you are back in harmony, and you're at peace and you're in this like neutral or high vibration, that will bring you both together in the physical world. Because remember, you're always together, even like if it doesn't seem like it, no matter what it looks like on the outside. So they're going through some stuff. Let's see the shadow aspect of let's see where your inner child is at. How's your inner child doing? How's your inner child doing? How's your inner child doing? Can you please gain insight into how your inner child is feeling about you and your connection? I feel disconnected from you. So you are very busy. You have a lot on your plate. You're dealing with these triggers and emotions. You're dealing with, the pain of separation. And so you're dealing with a lot. And just like a busy parent, sometimes we are so self-involved in our own stuff that we don't give enough attention to our children, or in this case, our inner child. So your inner child's feeling very disconnected from you. And a lot of the times this is what causes these emotions, because it's that inner child part of you that is feeling rejected, abandoned, angry, hurt, scared. So your inner child needs more of your attention, needs more of your nurturing as a loving parent. So you get to parent your inner child and give yourself what you need emotionally, even physically, when you're thirsty, hungry, sleepy, tired. What are you doing for your physical body? Because the inner child experiences life through your physical body. So when you say, okay, what would you like to eat? And then you go eat a great meal, and your inner child feels like, okay, I was loved. I was paid attention to. If you're feeling emotional, it's your inner child needing to get out these emotions from the past because they're stuck. So by giving yourself a hug, allowing yourself the time and space to feel your emotions, your inner child's going to feel loved and heard and seen. I'm walking away. So when someone feels disconnected, it makes sense that they're going to walk away. So your inner child is feeling like you're walking away from yourself, your inner child. And your inner child is experiencing feelings of rejection. Like that's why you're feeling rejected by your twin flame, because your inner child is still feeling rejected by you, the parent. So by ignoring your physical needs, by ignoring your emotional needs, you're pretty much rejecting your own inner child. When you don't treat yourself to the things that you like, that give you enjoyment, that spark joy, your inner child feels neglected. Like you would rather pay bills or other responsibilities, or you'd rather give to charity than to give to your inner child. So your inner child's feeling rejected. I have doubt in this connection. So your inner child is doubting your connection with your twin flame. So because of the pattern of what happened to you in previous relationships, your inner child is going by what happened to you in the past. Well, it never worked out before, so why is it going to work out with your twin flame? So your inner child is actually, this stems from fear of getting hurt, fear of getting your heart broken. So your inner child is just trying to protect you from not getting hurt. So your inner child is again putting the brakes on moving forward in your connection. They're trying to instill this doubt, like it's not going to work out. It's not meant to be. So that's where that comes from. It comes from the fear of heartbreak, of disappointment, of abandonment, of rejection, which you have experienced, which your inner child is still holding on to. So when we free our inner child of these emotions, when your inner child is feeling in a state of bliss and joy and happiness, then your inner child feels love, has more security, feels more secure that you're not going to walk away and not take care of your inner child. And I want to say your inner teenager as well. Your inner child is going to trust that you're going to be there. And when your inner child feels that trust, you're going to be able to trust in yourself, in your twin flame, and in the world. So trust is a big factor in twin flame union, because when there is no trust, it just keeps twin flames in separation. So these are some things that still need to be worked on and released from within your inner child. So more self-love. And the way we can self-love is by nurturing our inner child. Being in nature, playing more. So if you work hard, you have to play even harder, or else your inner child's not going to feel like they exist at all. So that's how to pour more love into you, is by loving your inner child. Okay, so what else? Let's get some guidance for you, as well as what's coming up for you in your twin flame. Guidance for you. What is the guidance for you and your twin flame? Did I use this deck? Guidance for you and your twin flame. If you're interested in just regular love readings, I also just started a new Instagram account, which is called Aries Hathor Reads. So it's just regular love readings. And I also have a new YouTube channel, so feel free to subscribe. Guidance for you and your twin flame, please. Guidance for you and your twin flame. Six of Wands. The Emperor. I love these energies. A lot of fire and passion. The universe is saying, you are being awakened, just like your twin flame is, to passion. That's what twin flame love is. It's really like love on fire. So you're being awakened. I love the Six of Wands because Six of Wands is a card of victory. So the universe is saying, you not only will have victory when it comes to your connection, but you will have victory within yourself. You will have victory in the areas of life that you are wanting. So this is great. This is like success in other areas of life. Because what that means is that when you experience a win in, say, your business, your job, your finances, that's a win that's getting you closer to being in alignment that will pull in your twin flame union into physical reality. Whenever you have a win, it's a win for your union, your physical union, because you're always in union. And the universe is really saying, put yourself out there. Stop hiding. See the spotlights? You are the star of your story. So if it's your story that needs to be shared with the world, to inspire the world to love, to inspire the world to heal, the universe is saying, do that. Make your story known. Each and every one of you has a beautiful yet tragic twin flame love story, and it's meant to uplift and inspire others. So put yourself out there, or if you have any other gifts other than sharing your beautiful love story, you may be a healer, you may be an artist, you may be a teacher. Because you and your twin flame are meant to make yourselves inspirational to others. Your love story, what you're experiencing, is meant to show others how they can do it, how they can have a happily ever after. So write your stories, and they can be made into fictional stories, but you have a beautiful love story. So use that to uplift others. Use your gifts to uplift others. If you're very organized, if you're very business-minded, if you are great at teaching or speaking or singing or dancing or knitting or quilting or cooking, you are meant to uplift and heal the world through your gifts. Whatever you're good at, the world needs, and the world will heal from your gifts. So the universe is saying, put yourself out there, because it's going to be a win. It's going to be a win for you and your connection. It's going to bring you closer. Because I will say this, and I try to say this as much as possible, your twin flame is meant to be the cherry on top of your life. They are just the bonus. Their union with you is the icing on the cake. They're not the prize, you are the prize, and they're the cherry on top. So once you deem yourself as the prize, as so valuable, because you are, the world needs you, and you're not putting yourself out there. You're not. The world needs you. The world needs to be uplifted, especially in these times where things are segregating us more than bringing us into unity. So with your gifts, your talents, what you've healed within yourself, you bring so much to the world. So put yourself out there. Light and ignite your fire so that you can light and ignite the fire and passion in others. When you're living your life passionately, you can't help but have union. Because whatever happens to one happens to the other. So the more you live life to the fullest, it's going to happen for your twin flame, and you're just going to pull each other back into union. Everything's going to line up and come into alignment. That is our purpose, is to become, or to remember and align with our wholeness, with our completeness. And a lot of the times it's our mind that stops that from happening. because it's programmed beliefs. So you're gonna let all that go. This is the new you. And the universe is saying, put yourself out there, share your gifts, utilize your gifts, hone your talent, because the world is waiting. The world is waiting for you. Because once that happens, you're the boss. You are so powerful. You are completely in your power. And you are, this like Emperor card is you being the creator of your world. Because you, in your power, are sovereign, which means like you're the emperor, you call the shots of how you experience your world and of how your world appears. So each of us has our own projection and experience of our world. So when you keep that in mind, you get to create it the way you want. So only pay attention to what you want, and that's how your world will be shaped. And you will experience that. So when each of us does that, we focus on what our true heart's desires, we create this even larger hologram that we're all like tuned into. Because you are the boss. So the universe is saying, remember that. You are sovereign. You call the shots in your life and in your world. We're just conditioned to believe that others have power and we don't. But now you're remembering the entire world is awakening to the fact that we are the creators of our own world. I'm the creator of my world. You're the creator of your world. So let's collectively create beauty, love, harmony, unity. We shall prevail. I love this. So the universe is like cheering you on, guiding you, nudging you, pushing you to be the best that you can be. Because it's there, it's right there inside you. You just gotta like reveal yourself, reveal your true self. I love it. Let's see what's coming up for you. I want it to be good, so I'm like trying to really choose a deck because I want it good. I want to end off like amazingly. What's coming up for you and your twin flame? What's coming up for you and your connection? Of course I would choose the romance oracle deck. That's a lot. Okay. You're like, can you just read all of them? Okay, fine, I will. Honeymoon! Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. This is what's coming up for you and your twin flame. Believe it. Eye on the prize, but mostly, like, just know that it's going to happen, but you're the prize, so keep your eye on you. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So again, more self-love. And it just makes you an irresistible magnet, not only to your twin flame, but to the world. The more love you pour into yourself, the more people are attracted to you, want what you have to offer. So business-wise, this is amazing because they're just going to be drawn to you. I want your products. I want your services. Because you've been pouring so much love into yourself, you're just so darn attractive. So again, more self-love means your twin flame is doing the same, means they're going to come back as the cherry on top of your already amazing life. Calling in your soulmate. So I want to say, like, I consider this like twin flame card and not a soulmate. So you're visualizing, you're praying, you're wanting this. And I want to say it's working. It's working. It's working for you. So continue to align yourself and just know that it's happening. Know that what you have focused on and what you're wanting to create and manifest is happening for you. It's just sometimes the delivery takes longer. But we want same day shipping. I know, don't we all? Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Yeah, so remember that card of I forgive you? There's a lot of forgiveness that's going to be happening. So if you feel triggered, know that it's all for the highest good. That this could even come up in your family situation, your other relationships, your circle, your co-workers, your team. There's a lot of healing energies going on. So be compassionate with yourself first and foremost, and be compassionate with others, and understand that everyone's on this crazy ride of life. And sometimes people don't have the tools, so we have to have compassion for those others. True love. Yes. We're ending off with an amazing card for you. So this is what's really coming up. Know that it's all there for you. It's all lined up. It's all queued up. So let's not mess it up with our own weirdness. No, I'm just kidding. With our own negative thoughts, negative beliefs, thinking that, oh my God, is nothing ever gonna happen? I don't deserve, like, no. This whole reading is about you having everything. The fulfillment card is exactly that. Fulfillment for you. So there's going to be maybe some little bumps in the road, but that always happens. We're pretty much used to that, right? Let's just focus on what we want. And it all starts with you. Okay? So that's what I have. Hope you really enjoyed this week's reading as much as I did. I love sharing this space and time with you guys. You guys are so amazing. Sharing in these vibes. So let's keep the vibes high as best as we possibly can as humans, remembering that we are also spiritual beings, emotional beings, and that our minds are super powerful. So if this reading resonated, please book your personal twin flame reading where it's geared to you specifically. Message me for the Innerchild Healings to help with, releasing the emotional energetic blocks. They're designed to target your specific energetic blocks and assist you in energetically releasing them. This has been developed over time through my own work, through my own healing work with my inner child. And every time I get rave reviews on how much it's already made them feel better and see things differently, and they just feel so much lighter, and I want all that for you. So please do message me, as well as for information on my 12-week online course, which is also fabulous, based on my own work, on how I got to be this person. I went literally through hell and back in my life. I went through a really long, dark period in my life that I had to overcome, and it all stemmed from my childhood. I couldn't even speak. I stuttered when I was a child. I was then, had very dark teenage years, had teenage pregnancy. I then, as a young adult, was diagnosed with depression and anxiety, which is almost, natural. Everyone now pretty much goes through that. It's part of our makeup. It's part of our programming. So in varying degrees, we all go through depression and anxiety. But it's what I've learned how to cope, but more like what tools to use. So I would love to share all of what I've learned in my life with you through my 12-week online course. So please do message me, and yeah, thank you again. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I thank you. Please follow my new channel, Aries Hathor Reads. All the info is on my YouTube, as well as I also have a new Instagram, which is completely different, and it's just for love readings, life purpose readings, more general, not specific for twin flames. So I thank you so much for all your support and just for sharing the space and time with me. I really appreciate all of you. I love each and every one of you. So until next time, I am wishing you all so much love and peace. Mwah.